said Treknobabble, please welcome Jordan LaForge and LeVar Burton!
Even in the utopian future of Star Trek, people still get sick, and every ship needs a doctor. There's none better in the universe than Beverly Crusher. Please welcome Gates McFadden! Certainly wouldn't need a doctor unless he happened to catch a virus. Ugh. Please welcome Lieutenant Commander Dana Brent Spiner!
The youngest member of the crew, but he constantly saved the ship. Please welcome Wesley Crusher, Will Wheaton.
Boldly go where no one has gone before. You better have the best right hand by your side. Please welcome William T. Riker, Jonathan Frakes! We have but one person left to introduce, and given that Calgary is our home, who better to introduce our next guest than Emily Expo on her birthday?
So, I'm sure you've noticed that we're missing one person. He's one of the greatest actors to ever grace the stage, not to mention Shakespearean text. Definitely one of the sexiest bald men alive. Please welcome Sir Patrick Stewart to the
everybody.
TNG! 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 TNG!
So I have to say, first off, I'm feeling a little bit awkward because someone gave me this chair, which seems decisively like it should be for you, Sir Patrick. I feel like I got a captain's-esque chair. Awkward. So I have to start asking you the question, what's it like getting together with the crew after all these years?
The whole crew together.
This happens from time to time. That's right. Jonathan will tell you the last time this happened, because difficult for me to tell you.
Because you're so humble.
Humble, and yet you notice how I made sure that I got it in place anyway.
Remember the night, Sir Patrick?
That was the last time we had a little party to celebrate.
Thank you.
Want to ask you, we're gonna get to some audience questions, but first off, obviously in '87 when you started TNG, you knew that you were continuing this iconic franchise, and it was going to be huge. But was there a moment at which that you knew that on its own TNG was going to stand and be something special? Was there a moment or an episode?
Any of you?
Anybody?
Yes.
Jump in.
Third season, yeah. I think we kind of, because you know, you're all cheering now. Yeah. But when we started, you weren't happy. We're old, we remember. So around about the third season, it was basically coming to cons, you know, after appearing in front of 30 angry people, you know. Suddenly we were appearing in front of thousands of happy people, so we figured that we'd done something right.
At my first convention, which was in the Yukon, the show had just begun to air, and there was a very, very reluctant audience because they were very loyal to Kirk and Spock and Bones and very resistant to us. And I was standing in the dealer's room waiting to go on stage nervously. They were selling the action figures, the younger, thinner version of all of us. And they were selling Geordie the Forge for $35 and a limited die lot Data for $45 and Wesley Crusher for $50. Captain Picard was selling for $65. At the end of the table is a sign. Buy any action figure, get Riker free.
But in your defense, that Riker action figure did not have the beard.
Thanks, Will.
It's what I do.
And now you do.
Well, yes, I'm playing you in the reboot of Next Generation.
We'll need a little more hairspray.
Well, maybe that's an appropriate question. We've seen the recent film reboot of Star Trek that J.J. Abrams gave us. Do we need a film version of the Next Gen with a new cast? Do you guys want to come back? What are your thoughts?
Maybe Brent, what's your opinion
We
about
can't recapture the magic, it seems.
My opinion?
Everyone, anyone.
I think we became a success. What was your question?
Do we need a next-gen reboot of film? I mean, it's something Hollywood's doing so much these days.
When you say we, do you mean we
Does
or
the
they?
world? Answer how you wish.
We don't. They may. And whatever you like, obviously, is what's going to happen.
Do you have, I'm sure you get asked all the time of a favorite memory that you have, but do you have a favorite memory of someone else? Like a moment that you watched another one of the cast, your castmates, and thought something, you know, funny or crazy? Can any of you think of a story, of a memory? LeVar, you look like you're wanting to sort of laugh right now.
I've been wanting to laugh and since I arrived in Calgary. and only because I have the opportunity to spend time with the people I laugh best with this weekend.
Amazing.
Now, I remember one of my favorite moments, which I think was a favorite moment for all, but particularly juicy for me, was when I finally found the button to turn Data on. I mean, You know, let me, you know, like, but do you mind if I show them where it was? No.
While you're at it, Dr. Crusher, I've got a button too. One of my favorite moments from the first season was 2 or 3 episodes into the show, and we were all shooting on the bridge, and I don't think I was in the scene, I was just there watching. And you were in the turbo lift, the upstage turbo lift, and they roll the cameras, and we start the take, and the turbo lift doors go thud. It sort of like sort of go forward, and you hear Frakes from inside go, oh! And it wasn't that they had forgotten to open the doors, it was that you had decided just to come in earlier. Like you felt the moment. And I thought it was one of the funniest things I had ever experienced in my life.
First rule of acting, Michael?
Live in the moment.
Thank you.
Second rule of acting,
Don't
Brett.
bump into the furniture.
There you go. There you go.
Third rule of acting.
Don't indicate.
Never indicate! Make sure your shoes fit.
Actually, there was. I got to say that, Marina and I were interviewing, and I'm sorry, I just blanked out.
The blood will return to your head momentarily.
Yeah. The one thing was that everybody on the set, along with being wonderful actors and all that, were genuinely, each of them were genuinely funny. I mean, just hilarious. I mean, we just laughed. And people say, did you play practical jokes? And no, we didn't do all that type of stuff, but it was just, something was just...
We're funny.
Funny people.
Yeah. Yes.
But there was a moment that Patrick and I had this moment a couple of times where he was being captured. Remember when he was
Don't
captured?
indicate, Dorney. Don't indicate.
See, I did it already. He was captured. Remember, he was being tortured, but before
I
that,
see 4 lights!
I see 4 lights.
Which one of us did the best you? Who was the best one? Just say it was me. Just lie and say it was me.
The fact is that there were 8 other me's.
But one of us really stood out, and it was me, right?
No, because what I felt was that each one of you took an aspect of me, because there...
No, dear boy. It wasn't 8 of you. It was just that you were so big you could not embody one single entity.
That is a compliment.
Like I was saying, I had a point. But anyway, before he got captured, we had been crawling through caves in dirt on stage 16, which is we call Planet Hell because that's where they put all the godforsaken planets we go to, and it was dirt. They just keep dirt on this stage just for this occasion, and we had a lot of cats at Paramount, stray cats, dirt, and we're crawling around, and we got these things on, and we're all dirty. Gates is there, we're all this, and all of a sudden it was late, and we're sitting there between takes, and I look over, and Patrick and I look at each other and just start laughing, just for no reason. We just start. I mean, uncontrollably. And I said, Patrick, what are you laughing about? He says, I don't know how I got here. He said, I was at a seminar in Santa Barbara, and the next thing you know, I'm calling around in cat shit.